the case study to Jay Song from the California Highway Patrol, and he'll take you through his case study, and he has some lessons learned out of that. Jay?
All right, thank you, Scott. So we spent enough time talk about the model. Now let's dive down to the business. California Highway Patrol is a large law enforcement organization in the entire country. We have 8,000 police statewide and all over the state to provide security and safety. The project I'm going to talk to about is we call California Compute-Aided Dispatcher System expansion to Department Parks, Recreation, and also Fish and Wildlife. This is a good project, but didn't start very good. So in the early conceptual phase, the Department of Parks and the Wildlife, they are thinking about it to procure a brand new CAD system on their own. At that time, the technology agency saw the potential problem right away. CHP has been in this business for many years. They just spent $36 million modernize the project. Do you want to spend $36 million? You might not have the budget. And so technology agency basically says, use CHP. It is a little bit hard battle at the beginning because the other department, they don't have a trust. They don't know how to interact with CHP because when we talk about a computer-aided dispatcher, that's called talk about life and death situation. But by oversight agency, by the relationship building process, they began to move on to this direction. So that's what the project about. So Department of Parks and also provided the system for wildlife. So it's two departments. Their system is kind of a legacy and antiquated, and it's not up to the speed. When Yosemite has some issue, their call cannot get it through right away. They have to wait. We're talking about increased tourists, increased population. So they definitely needed to upgrade their system. With the direction, provide oversight from our control agency, 3 departments agree, yes, we're gonna use CHP system, we're gonna expand and basically not reinvent the wheel. The 36 million project CHP complete will be reused, and this project will become much smaller project. It's only $7 million. And Carlos already talked about today, it's delivered before time, under budget. Under budget, it's got money left. So one of the reason the project is very successful is back to the keynote speaker here today. We have very, very effective sponsorship. Very, very effective sponsor. So we have you can see the CHP CIO, and we have Parks, we have a deputy director there, we have all the key sponsors. They all engage. One of the difference from the project I experienced with before is they all know they are responsible for this. The day that night you have to deliver, they're all waiting, all the rangers, all the officers, all the cops, they're waiting for this. Is the day that night they are accountable. So anytime there is issue happen, exactly happen as the keynote speaker said, the PM has fast access to sponsor, and PM will get very, very quick response. Doesn't matter weekend or holiday. So that's the key. This project has, I would say, 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 5 project managers. Can you imagine? You have one project, 3 departments, 5 PM, but they all work together very, very well. Well, they all, I guess, overseen by the PM from OTEC, so that's probably the reason. So control agency provide a very, very good PM, facilitate all the PM management part, and so we didn't have any issue communicate different PM, the different PM drive different direction. And one of the key component is HP model mentioned about is trust. At the beginning, the trust very small. If the PM propose something from parks, or PM propose something fish and wildlife, well, it takes long time to kind of spit that out to get everyone agree. But with the time move on, and the trust began to build. So in the later phase of the project, whenever there's issue, PM come out, provide opinion, provide kind of a suggestion, it get acted on very fast because we all have the mutual understanding. That's the key. There are always some issues. This project, when you're talking about the so many 3,000 cars, CHP, and they have quite a few hundred cars, they're moving pieces. When they talk, it is very challenging. So there always issue, but the whole team, project management team, work on very closely together and not only build strong trust and the relationship. So the state agency, we work with those private partner very closely, and we build a very strong relationship. Every time if the PM from Xerox come out and say, you can do this, but this will happen, we'll say, yes, we understand, we will basically take your advice because we have the trust relationship. We know what they propose is the best interest of the project. So it's a very strong project team, and it's kind of a back to partnership, vendor partnership. We are partner. When we have a project meeting, we don't feel we don't even kind of lose the sense you from different department or you from different vendor. We just kind of feel we're one team. That's kind of a synergy we build. So pretty much the project scope, I probably will not go down to one by one. It is the replacement the entire parks and the fish and wildlife computer dispatcher system. This included their 31 workstation and additional server, and also train all the dispatcher in their comm center to learn the CHP system, which is pretty complex and is one of the biggest in the country. We'll run into some issue because you probably all know law enforcement data is very, very tightly managed by DOJ. So when we bring extra party to CHP system, that's bring extra challenge because the DOJ will say, yes, we trust CHP, but we have no idea how parks, wildlife, their infrastructure will comply. Through this project, we build another trust through HP. So right now, DOJ has confidence on parks and wildlife, and through the big consolidating project. Now the computer system actually interchangeable and can be shared with 3 departments. If the parks got an emergency call in Yosemite, they need a helicopter, CHP does not need to wait for them to call. CHP can see on CHP screen and say, oh, there is another call. So it's pretty much seamless information sharing. And I don't think there is other state in the country has this kind of large CAD sharing system. Because our parks alone is probably half of the country's department. So this project align our CHP mission is to support other law enforcement agency because the taxpayer invest huge on CHP. So we have the obligation, we have our mission to provide public safety to our California, and also provide support to other law enforcement agencies, because we are highly visible statewide, and we have large territory to cover. Those technical details provide modern, stable support system, the foundation, and also enable automated vehicle location. Those technology all part of a CHP existing CAD system. We spent 5 years to do modernization for that system. If they want to build another one, the project will not be 2 years, will be probably 6 years. And we don't even know if they can be at a point that you call the project halt or not. But by leverage this, the project started last year. This year, almost finished, and we'll have last site go live next week. Our Deep Parks, Southern California Communication Center will fully implement CHP system. One thing I want to draw a few analogy to HP framework. Did we use CHP model? Okay. Did we use CHP model? Probably no. But the model we use has probably 80 to 90% similarity for HP model, because project management is about relationship, and you are labeled interactive model, which we call communication model. So we are kind of practice the same thing, and very, very important. One thing I want to share with you is a communication model or interactive model. Everyone in the project team know who to talk to when this issue come out, who will be the one to communicate. Right now, communication is not just email. Everyone knows how to send an email. You can send tons of email, but just that one important email that makes things different. And also, I like HP core meeting architecture. This is very interesting, but it's refreshing, because PM meeting, most of the time, pretty boring, status, everything. But this project, every meeting is very, very meaningful. Every meeting has an agenda. We need to accomplish something. We cannot walk out of this meeting, still leave something we're trying to accomplish. So I like the meeting architecture, because meeting is very, very important. You structure the meeting, particularly you have those high-level executive sponsor to attend that meeting. Better prepare, follow the meeting architecture model. I like that model. Okay, lesson learned. When we say lesson learned, most of the time we just talk about maybe there's some bad lesson learned. But in this case, we have both. Actually, we learned very good lesson, which the experience we should leverage other projects we currently work on, and also kind of promote this to other state agencies. Not surprisingly, highly committed executive sponsor support. This is the key to make your project successful. If you don't have executive sponsor, like the keynote speaker says, if you have IT support, that's not good enough. That's not good enough, because IT you can do only so much. Most the project we call our business project, just with very important IT component. Communication is great. That's one of the key factors to make this project successful. The early notification, the fast response from the deputy directors are the key to make this project successful. Then, of course, the resource stream and the go live, we need additional support. We are staff extra people in the last minute because there are so many issues. So that's kind of what we needed, adequate resource at the best we could, particularly for go live support. And also, here is the project topic discussion should always be shared. This relates to the early stage of the project. You have a PM from vendor, have a PM from 3 department. And at the early stage, one PM thought the other PM already understand, and it just move on. And 1 month down the road, since become to show it's not working. So that is the lesson. I think we learned that early, then we overcome that obstacle. Yeah, we run into some kind of issue. Normally, it's not on the PM radar, like the local office's capability. Because CHP office, I would say, relatively staffed better. We have a lot of equipment there. And we kind of anticipate, we assume parks will have the similar equipment there or adequate inventory. But once we get it there, it's empty. So, because they have limited budget. So I have to, at the last minute, grab something from CHP. But this is interagency project work out very, very well. Because everyone knows we work together. There is no parks, there's no fish and wildlife. There is one system. We need to make that sure the CAD system is live and working as we planned. Okay, before I go to panel, let me just share one thing. Successful project need to add value to the state. That's HP. I 100% agree with you. And also, I always have a big picture. We are paid. We are sponsored by taxpayer. Successful project save taxpayer money. Every time I heard the news, once the project fail, $100 million out, I feel painful because that's our money. So that's, I think it's the big picture I always think about. And also, successful project delivery, it is to maximize our taxpayer investment, maximize our own money. So with that said, I really appreciate us, HP gave us that framework, and we should have at least a framework than not have anyone. So I guess everyone probably will need to find one kind of a fit to your own project scope or project style or skill set. But better to have one than nothing. Thank you.